What up, Buzz? You tapped in? Okay, Goose, you tapped in too? All right, Chicago, y'all tapped in? All right, boys, let's crack 'em. Feel like Mike in the fourth with the ball in my hands and I'm taking a shot. I'm the king in the madhouse on Madison, whether I make it or not. Now the crowd going crazy, they watching the play and I'm watching the clock. Got my shot in the air and the buzzer go off and I'm watching it drop. This team did things, MJ shot City 6 rings. D-Rose too big, too fast, too strong, history. And we good on that, put Jilla on the track and we good on wax. 3, 2, 1, everybody say Bulls on tap, Bulls on tap. Our city pretty and gritty, Benny the bull in the crowd getting hyper and litty. Me, I'm so drippy, it's slippery, nothing offends me. Banners on banners, we winners. We got the stats in the news, go and subscribe. Hang out with Buzzy and Goose, tapping with us, we the truth. Jilla just murdered the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bulls on Tap. I'm your boy Buzz. I'm joined by my dude Goose, aka Bulls Scripted. We're here to talk about a Chicago Bulls loss to the Toronto Raptors in Toronto, 127-120. Before we do that, be sure you're going on tapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at Bulls on Tap and on Tap Sportsnet. Following Goose at Bulls Scripted and me at Buzz on Tap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us, 5-star rating and review because that's cool and tough. If you are watching on Twitter or Facebook, fuck that. Go over to the YouTube, subscribe to the On Tap Sportsnet YouTube channel, hop in the comment section. We'll talk about this loss or future wins. Goose, first of a back-to-back, came out a little flat, and we lost, and I'm not happy about it. How you feeling?
I'm not feeling very good. Because, you know, we're one less offensive rebound for the Raptors away from a victory. And obviously it all doesn't come down to one play. Vooch had an amazing game. We're not in this game without his performance in general. So can't really, you know, discredit him for that. But, you know, with several offensive rebounds in this game. We saw Tyler Cook get a quick hook because of his inability to get a rebound.
Oh God! It's like, have you ever, when you play 2K and you hit Y on the controller too quick and a motherfucker goes like this and shit? You missed the rebound. Oh man, yeah, he tried making up for it on the offensive end too when he missed that layup. And Billy's like, no.
Nope, sorry, still getting the quick hook there, Cook. So no, there was a lot of brutal parts of this game. Zach, you know, I don't know if that back was the main reason tonight. Obviously, he didn't take many shot attempts. We actually had a lot of solid defensive plays, so I wouldn't even say that Zach had a bad game. He just didn't have a Zach game. And Bulls get a shot attempt to finish this game, and it's Vooch chucking up a Kareem Hook Hail Mary from Fred VanVleet land. And it's just, it was a very painful ending to this game. And overtime actually didn't start out bad, but it didn't end well.
Yeah. To your point about the offensive rebounding, they gave up 22 offensive rebounds tonight. It's fucking not good. It's actually, let me check my notes. That's actually bad. It's fucking bad. So that you know, that and Zach, like you said, taking minimal shots during the duration of the game. DeMar DeRozan really not starting off hot from the field, gaining a lot of his points, most of his points, half of his points from the free throw line tonight. Vooch was the only consistent thing on the offensive end. 30 points, 18 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block for Vooch. Ayo played a pretty good game. He did have his mistakes there at the end. He's a rookie. That's going to happen. I'm not going to bitch at him too bad. He played big minutes, 11 and 8 for him tonight, 4 boards. You know, I guess I'm going to get to the point that pisses me off the most. I'm not even going to dissect the whole game. The Bulls were out rebounded. It didn't look like they were hustling at first. It kind of just looked like they were just there. And I don't blame them because watching the game on television, Toronto looks like just fucking hell to play in. Like there's just nobody there, and it's like bad. I'm getting
fans that were allowed there look like they were in hell. You think that they would be happy, and it's like they got there and they realized like, oh shit, this atmosphere is very stale and weird, and it's just the music blaring and us sitting here. Like as they pan the camera through the stadium, even the fans weren't really sure what to do because it's just a very eerie atmosphere.
Yeah, it really is. It was just so crazy to watch. But now I'm going to get into my bitching points now. As we get into the fourth quarter and as we get into overtime, listen, I love having DeMar DeRozan here, but every play can't run through him like that. And seeing Zach LaVine, who was just named as an all-star reserve for a second straight year, not touch the ball, but 3 or 4 times maybe 3 times in overtime is a fucking problem to me. And that's where I'm going to go right to Billy Donovan. And I never bitch at Billy. I like Billy Donovan, but I have to ask the question, if I could be the reporter in the room, to get one of Billy's usually very articulate answers that he gives you, because there's always a reason behind what he's doing. I'll give him credit there, especially from the dick with ears we had before. I mean, it's very refreshing listening to Billy Donovan talk compared to Jim Boylan. But, dude, what the fuck? Like, DeRozan in those moments hits big shots, and we've seen it all year, and he did it tonight. He had a couple big shots tonight. He doesn't feel the double team coming. Everybody gets stagnant every time. I don't know what you have to do. Do you have to yell at them? Do you have to fucking put a dog collar thing and shock the shit out of them to make them remember to run?
They just want to watch the MVP just like us, man.
I get it, man, but I just could not understand logically. You put Zach LaVine literally in the fucking corner. Opposite Javonte Green.
Well, I mean, it felt like Zach LaVine got the Lowry Marketing treatment tonight.
It did really.
All 3-point shooter.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, because I was struggling to find a comparison, and I guess that's what it was. Maybe that's why I'm so mad about it. I was just like, he's just standing there. Like,
maybe that was the game plan. Maybe he was just supposed to be a decoy, because we did see Zach, botch a layup that he usually makes. And he grabbed his back, and Billy called that quick timeout, and Zach kind of had some words with him, like, I'm fine.
Right.
So, I don't know what all the tension was there, but like you said, Zach getting minimal touches to close a game where DeMar's getting a double. DeMar should know he's getting a double.
Every time DeMar should know.
Exactly. No, it shouldn't even be a question. Like, at this point in time, there's no mystery to the Bulls' game plan. DeMar DeRozan's going to get the ball in the fourth quarter. But you do have Zach LaVine. So, I wish there was a better ending to this game outside of the last 2 turnovers by Io that we kind of alluded to at the end of the game that, unfortunately, we'll probably remember more than anything else that he did. Prior to that, he had a really good game.
Yeah, no, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, he had a great game. I guess when I was watching the end of it, I mean, I watched a few times during the game itself. I don't know if I'm starting to notice it more now, or if it's been like that all year, if it was just like in this game alone, where I felt like this game just dragged on so long. But none of them were making the easy pass, but they had at one point 20 assists on 24 baskets, and I'm like, God, it just surprised me so much to see them have that many assists. But then you get like DeMar, or even you'd get fucking Vooch operating with the ball, and he would just miss somebody that was out there. He's hitting his shit, don't get me wrong, but it was just, I felt like they were.
Well, even the go-ahead bucket that should have been the winning bucket of the game, it was a fluke. Like, it was a pass that was tipped, that was bobbled, and then Vooch caught it and flipped it up with, less than a tenth of a second left.
Yeah, and thanks to Javonte Green's hustle.
Exactly.
And
hallelujah for that guy again.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely give him the praise that he deserves. He had a big offensive board tonight, a couple of defensive stops. I mean, Javonte's been doing a great job. He's scoring the ball a little bit more too now, which is pretty cool to see.
He was living at the free throw line of the
I know. It started
like, what the fuck is going on, man?
I was like, he's getting some all-star calls.
He's getting the calls that Zach LaVine has never gotten on the drive.
Yeah, no shit. Javonte went 7 for 8 from the free throw line. The Bulls went 22 of 24 from the free throw line tonight. And
it was probably all Javonte and
DeMar. Yeah, with 2 free throws.
DeMar had like 14.
Yeah.
I believe, right?
Yep. 14 for 14 for DeMar, 7 for 8 for Javonte, and 1 for 2 for Zach. That's it. I cannot believe Vooch didn't get a little bit more, too, because he got hit a couple times in the paint.
He was playing these smaller guys. How is he not getting these calls?
Oh, man.
Because that was painful to have Vooch in overtime win the tap against Scotty Barnes. The Bulls get that 2-point lead to start out overtime. And then to finish, Vooch has a chance, botches it, goes down, and gets posted up by a rookie power forward for the go-ahead bucket for the Raptors. Like
that Scotty Barnes is a bad motherfucker, though.
He is. No, he saved the game for him, and then he won the game for him. And seeing the minutes that Nurse is playing those guys over there in Toronto, I'm surprised they had gas for overtime. But
fucking Tibbs shit right there, bro.
a little bit.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a ton of things the Bulls should have done differently in this game. We have to talk about. I mean, Peebo just put in the chat right now is how the refs missed that push off on the three. I'm assuming you're talking about the OG three in the corner when DeMar that was actually a push. That was a big push off. And the refs didn't call it. And then the very next play, next possession for Toronto, he came out and did it again, not pushed off, but drained a fucking three. I don't know. The refs kind of let him play a little bit tonight, like Adam was saying at some points, but then we're calling some ticky-tack shit at some points too.
I felt like they were letting the Raptors play because the Bulls have like higher caliber players, but they weren't letting the Bulls play. It was very weird. And the free throws wouldn't really say that because DeMar was getting to the line, but
right. But a bulk of that didn't come until like the fucking third or fourth quarter, the end of the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter is like when.
And then the Bulls had to challenge a very blatant, obvious call. Like the call was originally Bulls ball, overturned to Raptors ball, and then the Bulls had to challenge it.
Yeah.
When the ball was off Fred's knee, like the officiating tonight was very kind of inconsistent. And obviously, like usual, can't really blame them. But I will be curious to see something like that 2-minute report. I don't know if that OG push off. Do they do a last 2-minute report for overtime?
No, I'm not sure. Yeah, I would have to check. That was our first overtime game of the year too. So I don't know if they do a final 2-minute report on that. I'm curious to see. Sure. But like
you just mentioned, first overtime game of the year. We've been taking care of business. We haven't needed extra overtime,
Yeah, and it just sucks because it comes off the first of a back-to-back. So that's what really sucks. I want to talk about Kobe White struggling a little bit again with the shot. There 16 points on 15 shots. He did go on 15 shots. I'm sorry. He went 4 for 8 from downtown. He finished with 16 on the night. Levine 15. 5 boards, 7 assists, 2 steals, 1 block for Zach tonight. DeMar, the MVP, 28 points, 6 boards, 7 assists, 2 steals for him. I've already read Vooch's stat line off, and 13 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals for our guy, Javonte Green. That rounds it out. Matt. Oh shit! I put a tweet out about Matt Thomas that wasn't like crucifying the guy. My biggest pet peeve tonight. Not even them like letting up the offensive boards. Actually, that pissed me off too, real bad actually. But my second biggest pet peeve of the night, if Matt Thomas is in the fucking game, he has one sole purpose of being in the game, and that's to hit the three. Exactly. If you go back and watch the film on this game on how many fucking times that dude was open in the corner and waving his fucking arms, like jamming the X button, going like this, and no one fucking passed him the ball, Billy needs to get on them for that. Especially Kobe White froze his ass out. DeMar froze his ass out. Matt Thomas didn't get a shot attempt in 11 minutes tonight. And if you look at that, he was open.
Maybe that is DeMar and Kobe's way of telling Billy to coach more like Nick Nurse. Like, why is Matt Thomas in this rotation? Until we can either trade for help in the next week and a half, or we get some guys back here, keep him out, tighten up the rotation. I mean, I guess that's easier said than done because the Bulls do have a lot of games, pretty tight, especially with those makeup games that they've had kind of sprinkled in here.
There's one guy on the active roster right now that I'd be putting in over Matt Thomas, and that's Malcolm Hill, because at least he provides some, a big body that can play some defense, and he can, somewhat space the floor. Shooting 35% from 3. I know it's not on a lot of attempts. It's only in 10 games, but I guess if that was the reason Kobe and DeMar were doing what they were doing, that's whatever. But holy fuck, if the guy is open and you're struggling to hit your shots, pass the fucking ball to Matt Thomas. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's the honest to God truth. That was annoying as shit.
You're gonna get a Matt Thomas jersey?
I might. I might, yes. So, I mean, it's just fucking unbelievable to me. A lot of blown opportunities tonight for the Bulls. I hope that they can, rebound against Indiana tomorrow. You got anything else on this game before I go into game preview here?
No, we can definitely just go into the preview. I'm not trying to dwell on what we had to watch. Gary Trent Jr., we were supposed to, kind of put him in his place tonight, and we did not see that happen. He had a pretty good game, and he hit that dagger at the end that kind of sealed it.
Yeah, that no one fucking closed out or even attempted to close out on. That pissed me off, too. There's a couple things that pissed me off tonight. This is why it's so fucking important, broken record time. DeMar DeRozan. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say DeMar DeRozan. Alex Caruso and Lonzo Ball. I missed the fucking piss out of those guys. Those guys made shit happen. They made the interior defense better by guarding the wing. And without them being here, it's absolutely fucking brutal. So I please, for the love of God, basketball God, heal them. Do something, because the Bulls are such a better team with them on the court, man. They could score
6 to 8 weeks.
Right. I mean, it's just all right. I'm done. I'm done on my fucking rant here. So we will be playing the Pacers in Indiana tomorrow. The Pacers are 2-3 in their last 5 games. Bulls are actually 4-1 in their last 5 games, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Good for them. Well, actually 3-2 now because we lost tonight. 3-2, but it looks like Sabonis will be out. It looks like Brogdon will be out tomorrow. So with that being said, the Bulls have this is according to ESPN.com. According to ESPN.com, the Bulls have no injured players. So we have that going. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just what it says here. That's what that fucking national media doesn't know shit about us.
That's brilliant.
I know, isn't it? But yeah, so if Sabonis and Brogdon are out, that'll be a pretty big benefit.
And according to ESPN, we get Caruso, Lonzo, Pat, and Derek Jones Jr. back tomorrow. So
yeah, it's be great. Thank you, thank you, ESPN.
And if you're just tuning in, we're not actually getting them back.
Yeah, we're not getting them back. No, but ESPN doesn't have them on our injury report for whatever reason. But yeah, so we're playing them. They're a pretty good team. They're struggling this year, though, 19-34. They're looking to sell off. They were a playoff team last year. I don't know really what happened with them. They just kind of went down.
They had all that kind of organizational drama. I forget what all the allegations were with the old coach and some of the people in the front office. But
no, there was definitely a lot. I mean, and they're missing Miles Turner as well this year. I mean, basically, Karis LeVert is the guy that's been whipping some major ass for them. With Sabonis being out and Brogdon not being available, and obviously Miles Turner not being available. It's just even when they were all healthy, though, it was not working for Indiana, and they've been looking to sell off for the last month and a half or so. So I mean, but again, we can't take them lightly. They're still a pretty big team. Just gotta hope that.
Did we lose first tonight?
No, we were a game up.
Okay, so now we're a half game up, or are we tied?
I'm running your stats or your standings right now.
Second screen, buddy.
They're tied right now. They're tied for first place.
All right.
Miami sitting at second, and then you have a game separating the Bulls and the 76ers, and actually the Bucks as well, and a 1/2 game separating Cleveland, and 3 games separating Brooklyn.
Well, we're going to have to take care of business because like we established in the last show, we can't record unless we're in first place. So
right, we can't do that yet.
We're going to have to get the dub tomorrow night.
Absolutely going to have to do it. So yeah, that's our little preview here. One more thing I want to talk to you about. Were you surprised at the Eastern Conference All-Star selection tonight? Chris Middleton? He's a great player. I think he's been there. But I was just very surprised, no Miles Bridges, no LaMelo Ball. No Anthony Edwards for Western Conference. I was pretty shocked. I thought there was a couple fucking picks there that I kind of shook my head at a little bit.
No LaMelo Ball's a little interesting to me. And I guess that's just kind of testament to the market you land in does matter. LaMelo Ball was in Chicago. He probably would have been an all-star as a rookie kind of thing.
Yeah, no shit, right? Yeah, you're not wrong.
So... that's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles. It's unfortunate for some of these guys. Zach should have been a starter, but obviously he's still going to be a reserve. So we have 2 All-Stars. When's the last time that happened?
2017. Pau and Jimmy. Or 2016.
Powell,
Yeah,
I
2016.
always forget because everybody shits on Powell how good he actually was when he was here. I think he was
He's a two-time All-Star.
I think he had an All-NBA, maybe even 2 in there too. So
he was great while he was here.
So no, yeah, I kind of gets jumbled in my head just because of how much people shit on him. But even since then, it's 2022. It's crazy to say that. That's still half a decade ago since we've had 2 All-Stars. And
crazy.
Being Chicago, that's not something that should happen for that long. So it's good to be back. Curious how Vooch is feeling. Maybe that was his All-Star revenge game tonight.
Yeah, he probably saw the reserves get announced and be like, "Yeah, you forgot who I was." That's another thing about the Eastern Conference, how small that is. My biggest snub of the night.
It's small, and DeMar DeRozan got voted in as a guard.
Yeah, it's unfucking believable. It's just unbelievable to me. But it is crazy to me. I have to admit this here that the biggest snub of the night for me was DeJounte Murray. I cannot believe he did not make the All-Star team. That guy has got 10 triple-doubles on the year. I know San Antonio's not that great, but he is the reason they're not worse. And he's averaging almost a triple-double. Guy came back from an injury. He's really good, and he didn't get in. Unbelievable to me. Unfucking believable.
I got you. I mean, but the guard spots are always really hard.
I know they are, man, but holy shit.
And guys who have been there before tend to get that, seniority vote. So it sucks. It's not fair because I agree with you. But fortunately for him, that's the way the cookie crumbles. His team's not the greatest. And he's still kind of fresh blood. So he's going to have to earn his way a little bit more.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, I don't have much else, man. We'll be back tomorrow, obviously, when the Bulls take on the Pacers. You got anything else to close this out before we head out here?
No, let's not go on a losing streak, and let's hope that Zach LaVine gets a few more touches. Let's hope he actually plays. That'll be interesting.
I'm wondering if he gets the night off.
Yep, given the injury there, if Sabonis is genuinely not playing as well as Brogdon, maybe the Bulls feel they can get away with it there. So
yeah, that'd be the night I would test it, honestly. I mean, I don't want to take any team lightly because we've seen what happens when we do that. But if Zach can get a rest night in and then maybe – maybe on – well, no, they're not going to want to sit fucking Vooch on Sunday because they're playing Philly. So I don't know when Vooch will work in a day where he sits. But let's figure it out.
Vooch isn't allowed to sit.
Yeah, no, not after that game. He's playing all fucking games now. All right, but, yeah, that's all I got, man. So everybody be sure you're going on tapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at BullsOnTap, at OnTapSportsNet. Following Goose at BullsScripted, me at BuzzOnTap. 5-star rating and review anywhere you can listen to podcasts because you can listen to us. Go to YouTube. Go to OnTap Sportsnet on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. Hop in the comments section. Chop it up with us after every Bulls win or loss unless I pass out or I'm at the game. So that's usually how it goes. This guy's reliable over here. It's usually me who's the one that fucking falls asleep. So, we'll be back tomorrow after the Bulls take on the Pacers. Let's go Bulls.